Make your fight, please.
Tēnā koe te kai whakahari o te wharenei, tēnā tātou katoa ngā memo te wharenei, I runga te kaupapa whakahirera o tēnei wiki. Te wiki o tātou reo o tātou rangatira. Nō reira, tēnā tātou katoa. Mr Speaker, the country deserves better. Mr Speaker, the regions deserve better. And as a proud member of Ikaro Rāwhiti, Mr Speaker, Ikaro Rāwhiti deserves better. Mr Speaker, this is a time and a place to put our plans out so the people of this country can see what type of leadership we require in this country. Mr Speaker, Ikaro Rāwhiti, to remind our members, is about 657 kilometres in distance. It takes about 9.5 hours to drive. And for the last 2 weeks, Mr Speaker, I can't escape the reality that's confronting the constituents I come to this House to represent. And I have towns like Gisborne, like Wairoa, like Napier, like Hastings, like Dannevirke, like Masterton and Upper and Lower Hutt. And Mr Speaker, in those 2 weeks, I got to move around. I got to speak with mayors of local councils, I got to speak to providers of social services, I got to speak to deliverers of business support throughout my electorate. And I can quite categorically tell you there is struggle throughout Ikaro Rāwhiti. And on the weekend, Mr Speaker, I was door knocking in Elgin, a place that I'm sure the current member for East Coast has visited often. And the feedback from the many doors that I knocked is people wanting sustainable, well-paid jobs in places like Gisborne. So who are we to believe? This government that is operating on a two-speed economy, one for the rich and for the ones like the people in Elgin that I door-knocked on, they have been ignored and they have been denied the basic rights to look after themselves and their family. That is what we've got with this government. This is what they've delivered to people of Elgin, of the Marae Nuis, of the Pōmaris, the people I come to this parliament to represent. So they may get up and say the economy's doing well, but get into those suburbs. Ms Tolley, I invite you to go to Elgin and you door knock and you hear what they say. And in Kaiti, I invite Mr Craig Foss and to our departing member Chris Tremaine to go door knock in Flaxmere and Marae Nui. You'll hear for yourself. Those people are struggling. They are struggling, but they want jobs. So I come to this House, I listen to what this government's offering to grow real jobs in the regions, and I hear nothing. I hear absolutely nothing. There is no hope for people of the constituents that I represent. And I come here and I hold you to account because what I see is nothing. They are not even getting the bare basics of a well-paying job. Mr Speaker, this is what Labour will do. This is what Labour will do. We will develop regional growth plans in partnership with local government, businesses and iwi to identify opportunities and barriers to growth and work into groups to overcome them. We will make an initial investment, Mr Speaker, of $200 million over 4 years in a regional development fund for projects that will create jobs and growth. Mr Speaker, we will support manufacturing in the regions through the R&D tax credit, accelerated depreciation and our monetary policy upgrade. Yes, we will. We will ensure that government bodies buy from Kiwi manufacturers wherever possible. Let's put our Kiwi businesses ahead of overseas interests. We will redirect capital from housing speculation into productive investment. And Mr Speaker, we're going to appoint a Minister of Regional Development at the Cabinet level. That's how serious the Labour Party is to our regions. That's right, a Regional Development Minister at Cabinet level. Mr Speaker, we will integrate the Regional Development Fund with a national port strategy and regional transport investment, and we will invest in upgrading regional ICT. Mr Speaker, we've also got plans for our young people in regions who are crying out for more education, for training or more employment. And, Mr Speaker, I've seen it in my electorate, the closing of government departments.
Sorry, the member's time has expired. I call Jackie Dean.
Labor's policy solution for every